Sure, it works, but you get a lot more than you bargained for. I overheard a conversation at the salon that got me thinking about the state of intimacy in relationships. One woman told another that unless her husband did all the chores on his honey-do list, there was no way he was getting it. When her friend responded that she was going to reward her husband with an intimate favor if he finally cleaned out the garage, I could not help but wonder. They were followers of an age-old set of rules, believing the person in control is the one with the most power in the relationship, and withholding intimacy as punishment and using it as a reward. The problem with that approach is physical intimacy is one of the ways partners show love. Now, let me give you 4 risks you take when using sex as a tool or a weapon. It becomes emotional manipulation. In monogamous relationships, the marriage is the only place your partner receives any physical affection or sexual activity. Withholding intimacy as a form of punishment often sends the signal to your partner that he would be better off seeking physical gratification elsewhere. We connect with our partners through physical intimacy in a way we don't connect in other relationships. As such, sex is sacred. While partners may not share the same drive, claiming you're not in the mood because you're trying to punish your partner rather than because you truly are tired or not feeling well is equal to leveraging intimacy as a weapon. Sure, there are nights when you feel angry about something and prefer to forgo lovemaking, and that is always your prerogative, but to withhold it continually until you deem your partner has earned it is tantamount to emotional blackmail. The other thing, it creates resentment and emotional distance. Withholding intimacy causes resentment, alienates your partner, makes him feel less loving and less valuable, and erodes the trust of marriage. However, looking at the flip side, sex as a commodity leads to the reward system. When a couple is happy and wanting to bond, time between the sheets is a great way to make their closeness grow. Physical intimacy is a way that partners give to each other while practicing the art of receiving as well. Time together produces all kinds of wonderful oxytocin, right? However, when intimacy is a part of a reward system in a marriage, it begins to shift sex away from being a way when a couple expresses happiness and love and becomes a way a spouse doles out approval. The other thing, it creates a power imbalance. Instead of being a shared experience as a couple, reward sex turns lovemaking into something one-sided. Physical intimacy in marriage is not just about intercourse, but also about the sensual and spiritual aspect of sex as well. When it's only doled out as a reward, intimacy in the marriage feels more about the mechanics. There is a great deal of power in sex, and being the person who solely says yes or no creates a troubling power imbalance. Are you using that power for the good of everyone involved, including your own physical and mental health? Or are you using intimacy to keep your partner in line, to punish or reward them for meeting your expectations? Often expectations never even mentioned or discussed. I will never tell you that you owe your partner intimacy when you truly don't want it. Never. I simply ask you to ponder whether you use sex as an unhealthy means of control in your relationship, even if you didn't realize it until now. If you choose to use intimacy as a commodity, either withholding as a way to punish your partner or using intimacy as a way to reward your partner for good behavior, you're breaking your marital bond and diminishing intimacy and trust. The fourth risk, sex as a commodity will destroy your relationship. Is using intimacy as a commodity turning your role in marriage into one of a caregiver or a child? Would you prefer to see your marriage as a partnership? What if you experimented for the next 30 days? What if you saw possibilities and intimacy anytime your partner made advances of any sort? What if you initiated sex on occasion? How much stronger and happier could your marriage be if intimacy was an act of love instead of a transaction?